Welcome to 100 Acts of Love, How to Help When Cancer Strikes. Great tips and unique ideas on what you can do to support your friend with cancer. My name is Kim Hamer, and welcome to the 100 Acts of Love show, What to Do When Cancer Strikes. I need to know the title, right? Anyway, my name is Kim Hamer, and this is a show all about how to help your friend who's going through cancer. We all want to do something that's helpful and that shows our love and support, but let's be really honest, most people don't have a clue what to do, and I was just like you until it happened to me. My husband had cancer twice, and he died at the age of 44. Our children were 12, 9, and 7. And, I'm not sitting here in front of you because I was super strong, got through a really hard time. I'm sitting here in front of you right now because of all the amazing things that people did to support us when my husband had cancer and after he died. And whenever someone did something really cool, I would think, how did they think to do that? I would never have thought to do that. And so I started writing down the things that they did, and I started thinking about all the things that I wanted people to do. And that's when I realized, I needed to write a book basically for myself, so that next time someone had cancer or was dealing with death, I knew what to do and how to be really helpful for them. And that's how this book came to be, 100 Acts of Love, A Girlfriend's Guide to Loving Your Friend Through Cancer or Loss. So the show is all based on the book, and it's going to be hopefully a great show. I hope you guys will come back and watch it, but every show I am going to read one tip from the book and discuss all the different things that you can do from that one tip. And then we'll also have speakers who, social workers and doctors and people who have had cancer, people who have cancer. We're talking to kids who have cancer, kids who have lost their dads from cancer, all sorts of things. So I hope that you will keep coming back and listening to more of the show. So let's go ahead and just get started with chapter 1. So this is chapter 1. And it says, don't say, if you need anything, let me know. If you take nothing from this book, take this. I want to just give you a heads up, this is the longest tip in the whole book, but hopefully the most helpful. If you take nothing away from this book, take this. I know you've said it. I've said it too. But the truth is, the least helpful thing you can say is, if you need anything, let me know. Your girlfriend in crisis knows you don't really mean anything, even though that's what you just said. Unless she is your bestest, read each other's mind for the last 29 years girlfriend, anything is too big for her to wrap her head around and leaves your girlfriend having to guess what you mean. And I want to take a quick side note. I say girlfriend because in my experience, it's mostly women who do all the helping, but that does not mean that men don't do helping, because a lot of guys did show up to help. So just saying that. So, your girlfriend having to guess what you meant by anything. Did you mean that you'd scrub her toilets once a week? Wipe copious snots from her toddler's nose? Read to her dying mother? Or run a quick errand? What exactly is anything to you? The reality is your girlfriend is dealing with a life-altering event. And if she's going to take you up on anything, then she needs to get past 3 significant obstacles. 1, she has very little idea of what she needs. A crisis overwhelms people. That's why it's a crisis. She's probably confused and scared. And unless she's been in this situation before, this is new territory. And beyond a few basics, she probably doesn't have a clue what she needs. 2, let's say she's figured out what she needs. Now she has to figure out who to call. You, my friend, are not the only one who said to her, call me if you need anything. She can't remember who offered. She may have to revert to looking through her contacts, trying to remember which one offered anything. She'll be guessing whether what she has in mind fits the anything that the person meant when they offered. Number 3, asking for help is really hard. I mean, seriously, when was the last time you asked someone for help, right? And for one thing, asking is the last thing she'll do, because first she has to figure out what she needs. And it's usually the last thing that it's usually the little things that she feels stupid asking for, like getting oil changed in her car. Then she has to figure out who might be willing to help, and then she has to work up the nerve to call them. And she feels silly saying something stupid like she ran out of toothpaste or needs dog kibble. And we haven't even talked about how she'll feel if someone turns her down. Screw it, she'll think to herself. It's just slog. I'll just slog through it myself. So here's a quick picture. So you can see the book is designed to be read really quickly. So there's your girlfriend who can't figure out what she needs, who to ask, or how to muster up the courage to ask. And there you are waiting to help, but waiting for instructions. There's a gap that needs bridging. See the gap? There's a gap that needs bridging. The reality is you need to make the first move. And I want to read that again. The reality is you need to make the first move. You must be specific with the kind of help you offer, and you must offer more than once. Your girlfriend in crisis may look and sound like her old self, but the stress of her situation means she's missing a few cards from the deck. You can help her by being specific and persistent. You can support her in many powerful ways. Saying if you need anything is not one of them. So I want to talk about that because that was what, honestly, before Art had cancer, that's exactly what I said to people. If you need anything, let me know. And I thought I was being helpful, but I really wasn't. The book is actually dedicated to a guy named Kinney at the Venice Farmers Market. He also is Santa Monica Farmers Market. Because he said to me, if you need anything big move, let me know. And to be really honest, I thought that was the weirdest offer ever. But it stuck in my mind. It stuck in my mind for two reasons. One, because it was so specific, and two, because he offered more than once. And we used to have this big grand piano, and when I was thinking about moving it, who do you think I thought of right away? Right, Kenny. And it's K-I-N-N-Y. So that's why being specific is really, really important. Your friend has a lot on her plate. Look, she's not going to know she needs milk until she runs out of milk. She's not going to know that she needs toothpaste until she has no toothpaste. Because that's what a crisis does. A crisis makes you crazy and you forget the simple things. So to be the most helpful to her, what you can do is be as specific as possible. I will go grocery shopping for you on Saturday. Send me your list. And then remind her that you're going to go grocery shopping for her on Saturday and that she needs to send you the list. I will pick up Johnny after school every Tuesday and take him to my house. And then remind her that you are willing to do that over and over and over again. Because the reality is, the more you remind her, the more likely she is to take you up on the tip. Now, I want to talk a little bit about being too pesty. Like, don't remind her every day because she doesn't need that. But remind her once a week. Hey, let me know when your oil in your car needs to be changed. I'm happy to do that for you. Just keep dropping her a little message. She needs that. She is not functioning very well, and she needs the help. And the other thing is, when was the last time you accepted help? Just put yourself in her shoes for a moment. It's really hard to accept help. It's really hard to say, I can't do this on my own, especially for those little stupid things like, buying dog kibble or, running out of tampons, whatever it is. So that is the main thing. In fact, if you don't ever listen to any other video that I post here, just take that one tip and go to town. It will save you and your friend a lot of stress. So that's it. That's my one tip. This is the one video, 8 minutes and 20 seconds right now. I want to thank you all for coming. Please make sure to check back every Wednesday. I'll be posting a tip from my book and also intermixing it with interviews with other people. I'm really grateful you're here. And please know one very important thing. Your friend needs you to show up right now. She doesn't need you to bring flowers or be someone special. She needs you to show up exactly as you are because you matter. All right. See you next week. Bye. If you enjoyed this show and want to get more great ideas, insider information, and exclusive invites, visit 100actsoflove.com. And remember, you matter.